A few people have asked, how do you transition out of the military? Like, what's my advice, best steps, things that I wish I would have known, things that I want you to know. So that's what we're gonna talk about. But first, we gotta go work out. Some of you are asking how to get traps like mine. And the answer is you don't want traps like mine. I went to the physical therapist because I have a lot of like rhomboid area problems and my pinky goes numb. Long story, but essentially it's because I'm upper trap dominant and my scapula can't move freely. So we just finished our workout and now I have to do my physical therapy stuff, which is pretty boring things. It's like I have to get in a push-up position, I have to drop down and then push back through.
Thank goodness for the VA, right?
Yeah, it's PT through the VA healthcare system, so I don't have to pay for it, luckily. But anyways, I'm not gonna show you all this. We're about to shower up and go shopping, and we'll continue our discussion on things you need to know when you get out. So, speaking of physical therapy, my number one thing that I think a lot of people neglect is take your out processing physical seriously. Tell them any aches, any pains, any problems you have. Because once they get service connected, even if it's a 0% disability rating, they will take care of those problems. So for me, you know, if you have knee problems or if you have feet problems, like they'll send you to the ortho and it's all covered. So most important thing, make sure you tell them all your aches and pains. We're going to meet some friends for dinner at a Thai restaurant, but I'm having salad as an appetizer because it's like a 35-minute drive to the restaurant and it's gonna take a while to get food, but anyways, besides the point. So next you need to figure out, are you going back to school or are you gonna try to get a job? And if you're gonna go back to school, do you have the GI Bill still available to you? If you've done like ROTC, then you might have to do time and service extra to get the GI Bill back, but you can look up that kind of information. And then if you're trying to get a job, have you thought about reaching out to headhunters, recruiters out there that work with companies to get you a job? So those things are something to keep in mind whether you are going back to school or getting a job.
We're at Thai Gourmet. We've never been here, but Daniel Hung recommended this place and he said that it was the best Thai in Houston. So thank you. I got basil chicken, Lindsay got garlic chicken, and Brian got pad thai, which is a smooth move right there. And then you got massaman curry, which I'm gonna have a little bit of.
I'm so full. I'm on a diet. What am I doing?
Was it good?
It was good, yeah.
You're on a diet, but you're taking me to some place called Sweet.
Since you've never been before.
The Thai food was pretty good. Wouldn't say it's the best I've ever had, but it wasn't bad. So next, once you decide whether you're going to either go back to school or get a job, start getting things lined up for that. So if it's going back to school, when do you need to apply by? Do you need a GMAT, ACT, SAT, GRE, and try to take those on base because they have testing centers? When is school going to start compared to when you get out? Can you extend to make it line up better? Those are all things to consider, the logistics side. And then if you're trying to apply for jobs, can you get letter of recommendations now from your supervisors? Can you get their contact information so that you can get letters of recommendations? So really just start thinking about logistics of getting everything done to get the job that you want or to get into the school that you want. And then have a plan B just in case that doesn't go through. My plan B tonight, since we didn't get cookies, are these cupcakes from Sweets. Sweet?
It's just sweet.
So we have s'mores, salted caramel, red velvet, peanut butter. It's time to dig in.
I don't know. Which one are you guys going with? What one?
Red velvet.
All right.
That's what I did.
You went with red velvet?
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
Definitely good. The frosting is like cheesy.
What are your thoughts?
I like it better without the Thought the frosting on top is a little bit.
I love the frosting. That's
I love
my
the
favorite part.
frosting too. Like eat the frosting.
Well, at least you know.
I'll eat that.
Yeah, just go and do that.
All right.
Just show us how you did in the wedding, since we didn't get to be there.
No, that just goes, no.
Did you guys put it on each other's face?
And she smashed it in my face.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it faster.
That was our wedding. It was magical.
Yes, I love it.
We did it. We're married now.
Still in love.
Red velvet, caramel, I think.
Yeah. Then s'mores.
Then s'mores, then peanut butter.
I would have to concur. Although I might. See, you got to take the frosting off, but I can't really do the frosting as much, which I could just shove in your face one more time.
So,
But-
same thing?
Same thing. Yeah.
Mine is the same, but I put peanut butter second to last and then s'mores last. I just am not like a chocolate cupcake person.
Yeah, I have salted caramel, then red
Red
velvet,
velvet.
then s'mores, then peanut butter.
Ugh.
But everyone knows that because I don't really like peanut butter that much. It's Sunday morning, and we're going to make our protein French toast, and Aubrey's making an espresso. Our protein French toast is just bread, and then you pour on top of it, we mix cashew milk, egg whites, a whole egg, a scoop of protein powder, some stevia, shake it up, pour it on top, and then cook it like you would French toast. That's the recipe. So easy. So back to the topic of transitioning out of the military. Things to think about that you've never had to think about before. Health insurance, dental insurance. If you're going back to school, you're gonna have to find a way to get that. You can get health insurance through the VA if you have a disability. I don't really know the whole ins and outs of that. I went back to work, and obviously my company has those things offered. So that's how I did it. So that's something to think about and start thinking about because you've never had to think about it before.
If you don't have an espresso at home, you should get one because they're so amazing. They make the best coffee. And this is French toast. I'm about to put so many toppings on it. Syrup, whipped cream, sprinkles, peanut butter. Probably none of those things except for syrup, so because macros.
My final product with cookie butter and cereal crushed up on top. Yum. The next thing I want to talk about is once you've transitioned out, it's a big change for you, and a lot of times all those inside military jokes you used to have, you don't really have with other people. So no matter if you're going back to school or going to work, most likely there are other military people there. I know when I was at UF, there was a good group of guys using their GI Bill going through getting their engineering degree together, and they always hung out. At my company, I started a Veterans Employee Resource Group, which now has like 50 members, half of which are prior service members. So you have that camaraderie that you've built up throughout the military, and you can talk to them about their experiences. They might not have done the same thing as you, but they may have. There's 3 other submariners in my group. So I was able to talk to them, make jokes, submarine jokes, just like Army people make some jokes about, I don't know, MREs or something, rucking, I don't know. But we made submarine jokes together. So look for that camaraderie, because I will tell you, you will feel a little lost because everything you did felt like it had more of a purpose, you know? And so finding that purpose again, or finding that group to talk to, is definitely a big help when you're transitioning out. Not to mention, they can help you with other things that maybe are more pertinent to where you live, or that you're having trouble with, that's situational when you're getting out. So don't be afraid to find other veterans and get their help. So one thing that's really important is learning to translate your military skills into skills that are applicable in the corporate world. Something that people that are not familiar with the military at all will understand what you did. That's probably the most difficult thing. So start early. Use Google to look. There's a lot of things out there that'll say, like, if you were a mechanic, these are the kind of skills that you can put in, but you'll need it for your resume. And if you are applying to any kind of grad schools, you'll need it as well. So start early and make sure that you understand how those skills relate, because that's very important, because a lot of people just don't understand anything about the military. Maya's back doing work.
Always. Okay, and also, I feel like before and after pictures, like the after pictures look so, makes you look like so much tighter.
More ripped.
Yeah. I don't get it.
It's Maya.
Is it like
it's Miracle Maya.
It is Miracle Maya. Also, she brought us Indian desserts, and I haven't opened them yet, but I'm so excited. Because one, she said that you have to heat up and put ice cream on it. So
there goes the diet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Y'all ready for your turns?
Yes. Ready to die.
Ow! For real though, that was real. That was real pain.
She had to call timeout earlier.
Yeah.
I did.
Are you looking forward to it now?
I'm actually a little bit nervous, and she's assured me that she's not touching my IT band, so I think I'd be okay.
It's so weird, huh?
Here, I got it.
No, what film you talking about?
I'm not gonna talk about it all. I don't know what this is. Maya.
Are you gonna put me on spot?
Yeah,
Then I may have to do a little research before. I don't know what they're made out of. Really.
Yeah, we just say what they have a name.
Yeah.
This is funnel cake.
This is funnel cake. It kind of is like funnel cake. It's like a jalebi. It's called jalebi. And you usually like warm it up and eat it with like ice cream or something.
We'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll do that.
for sure. This one's my
Oh.
excuse you. This one's my favorite.
Okay.
It's kind of like a donut hole basically, but it's like syrupy. So it's kind of like a pancake syrup basically, but it's
What
like
does
a
it have inside
sandwich.
of it?
So it's like a sandwich. So it's like a milk sweet inside of it. So you warm those up too and eat them with ice cream. And
What are the rolly things?
the rolly things are just it's called a laddu, but it's just made out of, I think it's just sugar. Really.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I like. Just sugar. That's all I need.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the only thing you warm up?
Looks like
This
carrots
one and then
corn
this
on
one.
These donut holes?
And this
Okay.
one is just the exact same thing what's in here, except
Okay.
this is like a sandwich basically.
Okay.
So it has
I
both
want to know
together.
what the little.
It looks like carrots and peas
I don't know. Let
and
me
corn.
Google it. Let me see what's in it.
You want me to take a bite of it? Is that what you're saying?
Take a
Sure,
bite.
yeah.
Okay.
You have to warm it up, no?
Looks soft.
It looks like a ball of sugar. It looks good.
It's made of flour, dough, and sugar.
Yeah. It was just
There we go.
a sweet ball. Try the funnel cake.
The orange funnel cake.
She knew first.
No, you go.
Go for it.
Just
Aubrey's like, oh.
everyone's like, go. And
Someone
she's like,
take
I don't
it.
care. I'm just eating it.
Why is it so noodly?
Is it good?
Noodly. No. It kind of tastes like funnel cake. Yeah. It's like syrupy.
See, I'm
It's
used to like,
such an interesting, like, how do they, I don't even know what that's made out of. I can't even guess.
Fried.
It's like rice, though. Is it anything ricey? I gotta try these pancake things.
This is the.
Go get it.
This is like a corn dog. Filled with.
That's the same stuff.
That's really good.
yeah.
Moving on to the
It's
corn
like,
dog.
Funnel cake.
Yeah, so it's
Is
a
it-
deep fried flour.
How's
Basically
that?
a funnel cake.
That's my favorite.
Like a donut hole? Is it like a.
It's really good.
Look at that.
That's a big bite right there.
Oh, dang. See, when you take big bites, you can't talk about the food. Don't you know anything from that Food Network?
One eternity later.
I really like this a lot.
This is really
Just because it's
good.
pure sugar.
Yeah.
You love very, very sugary.
We're like the
It's-
elves.
Listen, I'll tell you right now. I have like a very high tolerance for sweets, and this is really sweet to me. So like normal people probably couldn't even do this, and we're doing this with like no sugar added ice cream. So I love it. I would bathe in it. It's like
I don't think you
crispy.
can bathe in hard, crispy things.
It's like crispy, crunchy sugar on top of ice cream.
Try that donut thing.
Do I put ice cream on this too?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, totally.
Put ice
do.
cream on everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. The whole thing?
The whole thing.
No. That was a question mark, exclamation point.
The dough has like, does it have a liquid in it?
Syrup.
Yeah. Yeah. It tastes like you're eating a pancake that has like some of that cream inside of it with ice cream. I'm pretty much a huge fan of Indian sweets. So.
Thank you, Mom.
Glad you guys like them.
So I also texted Nick Bear and I said, what's something you didn't know or wish you would have known or best advice for someone transitioning out of the military? And he said, plan early. So that kind of goes into what I've been talking about. So really just make sure you have a plan for your life. And it's really weird because you're used to someone telling you exactly what you're going to be doing all the time pretty much in the military. So, you know, plan ahead. I would say like a year out, you should be planning what your next moves are. Make sure that your DD-214, when you review it before you get out, that everything is correct on there. Make sure that you do your out processing physical, and once you get out, you go and start doing the stuff you need to do for your disability stuff. Even if you're just, you know, need to see a physical therapist for something that happened while you're in the military or you had surgery, stuff like that. Just stay on top of that kind of stuff. And like I said, once you decide if you're doing work or school, you know, make all the preparations for that. I know this is like a down and dirty thing, but I think a lot of people kind of forget about those things. But speaking of being a veteran, I am going to Ohio this weekend for the Real Weights for Real Heroes that Mark Lobliner is doing. They're raising money for veterans. I will link it in the description, and I'm staying with Travis S. We're gonna go. Nick Bear will be there, Zach Kravitz, Dylan Bear will be there. There's a ton of people coming. So if you live in that Ohio area, which I think is like right outside of Cincinnati, you should come too and meet up with us. And that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a wonderful day.
And you're gonna miss me so much because I'm not going.
Yeah, Aubrey's staying here. But I didn't really want to tell people that, so now they'll come murder you.
No, it's gonna go like up my nose.
You like red?
I love bread. I love carbs.